With two public domain images, I have created a figurative portrait painting using Photoshop. My goal was to take this simplistic photograph and alter it into one with distorted elements and a dark whimsical feeling, resembling a pictorialist style similar to the aesthetic of this image. Drawing inspiration from practitioner Justin Dingwell, I was able to develop creative concepts and observe certain digital editing methods and techniques that I could apply to my own work. In order to change the meaning of my original photograph, I observed the techniques used to create paintings such as Lottie and the Lady by George W. Lambert at the NGV. Varied brushstrokes and grand framing of paintings inspired me to develop the idea of applying a modern twist to the framing of my composite. Rather than applying a traditional outer frame, I wanted the subject to become the frame. This is a sketch of the inner frame concept. A specific insight from this task was that using layers is the most effective way of editing. This was important to recognise as it was the result of a lot of trial and error. My initial strategy of merging layers and not separating techniques was complicated and not effective. It did not allow for further development in my initial approach to this task to begin. By building skills in adding layers, I experimented with different combinations to find the most appropriate match. This allowed for several different editing techniques such as filters, brush tools, and action scripts to be used together. Strengthening my skills in adjusting and creating layers, I was able to continue developing rather than being stuck on one concept. The most successful end result was created. During this illustration task, I have changed my approach to editing dramatically. I have been challenged to create several versions and think of multiple design solutions before settling on a final composite. Before starting this task, I did not put enough time into developing concepts and researching related works. I am glad that I can now apply these skills of researching and developing to future tasks.